Lauren, how did you prepare both as an actor and as your character for the final season?
Well, I think there's a lot of heavy lifting kind of done by shooting the first 5, right? So, and another thing that Tom and I have mentioned in the past is, we shot season 5 as our last season. We all thought we were, done. So I kind of got let off the hook a bit in that regard with season 6, and that we had already shot a season where we thought it was the last. And then the very last minute, we got our season 6, which was great. And so that was sort of just like icing on the cake, so to speak, and I knew that there would be other stakes that would come into play with season 6, but where they went with it, what I heard sort of the global arc of the season from the minute I heard it before we started shooting season 6, I loved it. I thought it was so smart what the writers and Tom came up with, because Tom is very involved in the writer's room, and we're all better for it. But I didn't have to do too much preparation, just kind of ride the wave and enjoy it, and get to kind of watch it all come together, and some new characters that come into play. Lovely working with them, like Brianna Hildebrand, and yeah.
And Tom, how about you? How did you go about preparing for the last season?
Well, weirdly, we were 2 weeks away from finishing season 5 when we got closed down for COVID. And so when we came back to finish season 5, we went straight into season 6. So we did 2 weeks of filming left on season 5, and then immediately started season 6. So the mental preparation was we were already on the ground running, if you know what I mean. We'd hit the ground running by the time we started season 6. Going back to what Lauren said, I think it's what I realize now, because I'm working on a new job for the first time for a long time, is that I haven't had that feeling of like coming to set going, oh, I haven't done my work, I don't know what this is, I don't know who I am, because we know these characters so well that it's literally like just stepping back into that skin. So it wasn't a case of preparing, it's more about like, are we prepared for this to finish? Am I like emotionally prepared for the end of this with all the people that I love so much? But I think season 6, in a weird sort of way, became a sort of process, like a cathartic process of saying goodbye to people while shooting the show. And it was hard, but it was also quite comforting. And it's also that lovely feeling of like, a lot of the time you're wondering whether you're going to do another season of something, but knowing this was going to be the end was actually quite comforting in that sense. So it was just kind of like, just trying to sort of let ourselves be immersed by the process and let it all happen naturally.
Did you guys take any props as keepsakes?
You did, Muff.
I was seeing if I could find a photo of it. Basically, I would have loved to have taken Lucifer's car, but I would have got stopped at the gates at Warner Brothers. So the only thing that I thought that I could get away with taking was a little thing from Lucifer's penthouse, which it looks like an ivory tusk. It's not ivory, I double checked.
It's fake. Yeah, it's fake.
Fake ivory. But it's in the shape of an ivory tusk with lots of like carvings on it. And then at the very end of it, it looks like the tip of something that isn't a tusk and something very male. And so that is something over the years that brought much hilarity between myself and Lauren and other members of the crew, as you can imagine, because we're children. And
we are children.
We are children, and basically that's what I took with me, and it's got pride of place on my place at home.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Tom stole a white penis from set and a fake ivory penis, and I think I almost said his name. I shouldn't do that. I was given a little antique lighter.
Oh. Will you now?
I earned it.
Yeah.
One of those cool, loose, the old school.
I know the exact lighting. Yeah.
Like Humphrey Bogart would use those. I love them. They're like this big, like a light. Yeah. Can I light your cigarette?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And then Tom, were there any songs that you wish you'd gotten a chance to sing for the show that you didn't?
Probably not. But what I would say is the one song that I pleaded to do, which wasn't originally going to be what we were doing, was "Wicked Game" in the musical episode.
I love that one.
I'd always, well, not always, but I'd stumbled across this arrangement of it that I loved, and I thought this would be great for Lucifer one day. But just don't know what the time or place is. And when the musical episode came up, there was a different song in the script, but I remember going through it a few times and just I went to Ildy and I pleaded with her. I said, "Can we please just try and get this song?" And then I was warned that we wouldn't get it because it was too expensive. And I said, "Well, let's just try." And so they tried and we got it, and I was delighted. So yeah, that's the one that nearly didn't make it, but it did, and I'm so glad it did.
It worked really well.
Thank you.
Lauren, how does Chloe adjust to life outside of the LAPD?
Well, she's having some issues letting the whole detective thing go. Clearly, clearly she's not ready to hang up the badge, as they say. But she's got some great distractions, right, in season 6. So we have Rory, who comes into play. So that's a huge thing. It's a time travel kind of theme, but really that's not how we focus on the Rory situation. There's so much depth going on there, especially with her, issues with her father, Lucifer, abandonment issues, which he knows about. He feels those with his father. So I might not be the most active in the LAPD season 6, but I'm, I think predominantly in the first episode, which we shot at the Magic Castle, and that was directed by Kevin Alejandro. That one I'm having a real hard time hanging up my badge, but as we go along, I get a little better with that, and then sort of try and be wingman to Amenadiel's new kind of found purpose within LAPD, and I do okay with it, but I've got a lot going on. It's like worried about when is Lucifer going up? Is he postponing his coronation? And then Rory comes along. It's a whole whirlwind of things. So I'm, happily distracted in that sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
By Amenadiel's rod as well, don't you?
Oh, right. Gosh, how could I forget about that? Yeah, I get a hold of Amenadiel's rod, and it gives me great power, and I get addicted to that power. So that's that. Thank you, Tom. Yes, that's exactly right. That's a big distraction for my jonesing to solve a crime, right? That I can get in a fist fight with Lucifer or Maze, and it's this fun, almost like going to a new workout class. That's my, part of Chloe's new thing. It's just getting out this power that she now has access to.
By the way, I love that you guys are basically children.
That we're what?
That you guys are children, because it's just way more fun.
Well, Tom's more mature, but I try to drag him down to my level as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, I'm about 7 and Lauren's about 6.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's true.
I always say that I'm a 5-year-old in a grown-up's body, so.
I'm with you.
So Tom, Lucifer gets to dance quite a bit in this season, or at least comparatively. Is that indicative of a happy devil this season?
What, because of all his dancing?
Yeah.
I think, is he a happy devil this season? Well, I think he's kind of struggling with not the devil anymore, but it's like another identity crisis for him. But I don't know. I mean, listen, any time that Lucifer gets to dance, there's certainly a happy actor playing him. Put it that way. Because I didn't think when I started doing this show that I'd end up doing dance routines and things like that. But 6 seasons in, you end up doing lots of strange things. But I absolutely loved it every time we danced. And I've got I'm going to take this moment to give a special thanks to Brooke Lipton, who's our choreographer on the show, because she got nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, congratulations.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
There you go for the musical episode.